Good morning and thank you to our live. A little bit late today. I only got back from Royal Ascot late last night, and what a great week it's been. Amazing over there. I only went there for Tuesday, but to see the Aussie win the sprint race really gives credit to our sprinters. I'd like to think that we've got one or two at least in the same ballpark as that, and what a win on the weekend. The highlight of the week by far and away, Steffi Magnetica winning the Stradbroke Handicap. Her mother won the Stradbroke Handicap. Now her daughter has. So I wasn't there, but I watched with great interest. Woke up half of central London. And then, of course, Alron was prior to that too. I've got one of the part owners of Alron here. And just wondering, Dr. Al, where the trainer's sling would be.
No, I haven't been able to find it, and I could discuss it with the other owners to see if anybody wants to put their hand up, but you weren't there for the celebration. Unfortunately, you might have got some then, but we had just had the greatest day at Eagle Farm last Saturday, and it's disappointing you weren't there. It's the best day I've had on a race course, probably ever, and at my age I've been to a lot of races.
Well, fantastic, Al. Quick story, I bought him online for $40,000. He needed a wind operation. We've got a surgeon we've had a lot of luck with that's very tight with Al here, called Dr. Canagetta, Nick Canagetta. I compare, what have I done here? Every time I see Dr. Nick, I'm like, Dr. Nick here, Dr. Nick there, chop a little here, chop a little there. Dr. Nick off The Simpsons, of course. And then you decided to go into them, Al.
Yes, I did.
Look at all this quality produce turning up. Look at the quality of that hay feed. You can't win races like the Stradbroke and Brisbane Cup without a good diet.
No, Nick yet again has done a terrific job operating on that throat of Allegrons. And when I talked to him after the surgery, I decided to go in him, and I said to you, will you either pay me or give me a free share? And you did, so the rest is history.
Yeah, I didn't give the free share. But it was a great result, and it just shows you that you can often get these horses with the ability and do the right thing and be patient and turn them around, so it worked out very, very well. Allegron will possibly run in the 2400 next week or the Stayers Cup here in Sydney next week. There's a couple of options for him. Stevie Magnetica, she's gone straight to Ridgemont Stud. Of course, Ridgemont, owned by the Cunningham family, have been great supporters of mine and Jim, who bought Steffi Magnetica as a yearling, so fantastic. She'll go there for probably 4 or 5 weeks. I've just had a good think about her program this morning, and we'll bring her back for a Golden Eagle preparation, and just the question mark is how we get there. We could look at the Everest as well, or the Silver Eagle into that race, so that's the plan. But she's done a remarkable job, and we've got a few triallers this morning. It's all happy. While I've been away, Bobby, you've looked after everything pretty well.
Yeah, everything's gone pretty smooth. It's been nice and quiet without you.
Hey, Bobby, I'll tell you what, it's the only big winner you've missed out on, Steffi Magnetica.
Yeah,
Bobby looks after osmosis, overpass. Maybe she could be back to her homeland next year.
Well, that would be exciting. That would be good.
Ashish just scraped past Afghanistan last night. What's the story, mate?
Yeah, now we're going good, and even with the racing and with the cricket as well.
Yeah,
we had a wonderful day last Saturday. The Group 1 winner, Group 2 winner. Yep, so we're going.
Nobody works harder or does a better job than Ashish. She's an absolute star. We've got a couple of things happening out here. It's all happening. We've got feed, we've got sawdust. So it never stops. Of course, racing always keeps going ahead, and we've got we're all set for the weekend. Of course, one of the more exciting horses in the stable is Waddy Goes. He races in the Eyeliner Stakes at Ipswich tomorrow. I think he should be a really good chance. Gate 1 looks a great race for him, so I think he'll be very, very competitive. As well as that, Iona Merck is possibly going to run at Ramwick. I think he should be competitive. Bailey Wheeler takes a couple of kilos off, so looking forward to that. Have we got any questions? What have we got here today? The Friday Gold Mine. I wish it was that easy, Greg. Lobby's at the trial, so we can't get him on, but he would say that What He Goes is the biggest certainty ever. Here's another horse running tomorrow. Disneck galloped really well on Tuesday, probably after a good track. 1300's a bit of a question mark, and he just can't draw a gate, so we're just being forced to go back further and further. but he's a horse that definitely 1300 is probably the extent of how far he wants, but he's going well and he looks great. Even he's very bright and well. You happy with him, Ashish?
Yeah, very happy with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing everything very well. Highlights, he's had a good prep. He's going to run next Saturday. He's a horse we're very excited about, Cabalas. He's come back in great order. We'll just give him a good build-up. We'll definitely look at some good sprint races with him in the spring, possibly Melbourne, but I think he's a really high-class horse. Of course, he won the Eskimo Prince last year, and he's extremely well-bred and has the looks to go with it. So, how's he been going, Ashish?
Yeah, he's good. Like, we can't wait to see him back on the track. He's an exciting horse for us now.
Yeah, he is, and he's got a great attitude, and he has a presence about him. So I think he is destined for better things. Come down here. We've got a few triallers. King's Castle just trialled. Shalailed, he will run next Saturday. I think he'll be competitive. Battledon's come back in good order. And More Victorious, another horse for Derby that we're really excited about. He looks fantastic. He's got a great win record. He's got a great racing profile. He puts himself right there. He's another very good looking horse. Father's Day's possibly going to run next Saturday. He was really good Wednesday before last. Steve Ed, what's happening?
Good morning.
Funnily enough, we talk about, here's a horse called Punton. Right, and I went punting at Luke Hilton's wedding last Sunday in Ascot.
Oh, did you?
But it wasn't the punting that I'm renowned for.
Oh.
It was a different sort of punting with a boat. And so, and Luke and Rachel were they came down in this beautiful punt to the reception afterwards, but it had a massive lean on it. I'll tell you what, I thought we could be looking at another Titanic incident after that. So, actually, it's Luke's birthday tomorrow, I think.
Oh, happy
There you
birthday,
go.
mate.
There you go. But great fun, good experience, good to be back, Steve. There we go. We've got Baby Rider. He's going to run next Saturday. He went down to Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. I think he was just vulnerable. He needed it. He's a horse that likes to roll along. And talking about roll along and talking about good Europeans, we've just bought a horse in conjunction with Carl Holt, those magic colours called Q's Likely, who's a really promising filly. So I'll send out a mail list if you're interested. She could even be a Golden Eagle sort of a horse. She's coming over very well credentialed, so looking forward to that. And here we go. Here's Iona Merck. We're excited to see him tomorrow. He's been knocking on the door in much better races. His last two runs have been excellent. Back to benchmark 88 grade. Bailey Wheeler takes a couple of kilos off. He doesn't carry a lot of condition, but he's got a good engine. I think he should be very hard to beat. I'd love to get him into maybe a race like the Everest Constellation in the spring. So he's going pretty well. Outside that, things are going pretty well. Any questions? Anybody? I'll tell you what, everyone said how cold it was in the UK, or how cold it's been here, but it's still warmer than the UK. Actually, Royal Ascot and the wedding was fantastic. It was lovely. It was just in the low 20s. But very good experience. Enjoyed it. Met a lot of great people. And yeah, I'd love to get back there. I'd love to get back there with a horse more than anything. That would be fairly special. We've got a horse called Picasso's Dream in the last Goulburn today. She'll probably get back, get a bit of cover. She's definitely an each way chance. Here's a filly that's come back well. She's an A-lister. She's going to trial on Monday and probably look for a race in 3 weeks from tomorrow. I think she'll be competitive wherever she goes. She's got a really good race record. Magna Cat's trialling on Monday as well. She's 2 from 2. Here's an interesting horse, Belle Claire. She's come over from New Zealand. She's won 2 Group 1s. She didn't get sold at the Magic Millions Fillies and Mares. But she's got a good, very, very good record. So hopefully there's some good races for her in the spring. Infatuation for my racehorse. She's a lovely filly. She's done a good job. I think she's won about 600,000. Possibly long-term Magic Millions stakes races in the spring for sure. Picasso's Dream running today. And Bonita Queen, of course, she's got the Steffi Magnetica colours on. I think she is going really well. I think she's come back better than ever. She's a filly that's always promised a lot. I think we're going to have a pretty good preparation with her, so keep an eye out for her. And I've missed Spring Lee, but she's back too. Of course, Crestfield bred Steffi Magnetic, and they've been great supporters of mine with Egyptian Symbol early days. What else have we got? Happy birthday, Luke. Yeah. How old is the horse? The old nag, Luke? He's in, not sure. Of course, Rachel rode at Royal Ascot last night. I think she's got another race during the week. Flynn, my nephew, good to have you on, mate. Training for a marathon, I hear. That's about it. No questions. Hold on. Mark. I'm thinking of going to Ascot with the runner. Of course, I'd love to get there. We'll just see what happens. It's hard though, because the money for our sprinters is so good here, the prize money, so it's tricky to weigh it all up. Unleashing is a really promising filly for my racehorse, of course, by Dundeel. She's just in the paddock at the moment, so she's about to come back. Of course, Overpass is a horse, so you think about Ascot, that could be really well suited, but he's also very well suited for a $5 million race in Perth and the Winterbottom and maybe the Everest. It's always hard to sort of get some of those horses over there. Cancel. That's about it. I don't know. I'm having trouble with some of this technology here. But so long. Best of the weekend, of course. I'll talk for Lobby here. What he goes should be really hard to beat. And Iron and Merc, I think he's over the odds in a pretty good race. And Wingardium is going good, Sam. So good. Well done. So long, folks. We'll be in touch next week. Probably a little bit more organised. And I'll try and be a little bit more dapper, although I was very dapper on Tuesday in the Royal Enclosure.